everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. So, I have been so unbelievably busy this week. As you probably know if you've been hanging about with me here, I'm getting back from vacation. So that means I'm getting back in the swing of things, not only here on the channel and trying to get recombobulated, but also with my day job. There that is. Sorry, I dropped my little pocket there that I'm working on. 1 second. Okay, so this is my first video using my new camera, but I don't have the shoe case for it yet, so I'm waiting on that. So I don't know if the microphone is working properly. All of these things are to be determined, but I know it has some kind of sound because I've tested that, so I will check in the edit what it's going to be like. We'll see how it goes. So what I'm working on is the artist sampler books, which are almost done. I just now need to put in the inside covers, which I'm doing now, and then a few other little touches here and there. So the first thing that I want to do is just go ahead and add a little bit of glue and tape over top of these so that they won't ever be pressing on my papers. I don't think they would anyhow. They're pretty flat, but as my friend Mary Ellen at Red Parrot says, anything worth doing is overdoing, and I'm definitely practicing that as much as I can here with these books. These books have been an extreme labor of love. I've done a lot of work in them. But I really love how they're turning out. So we're almost there. So I've had a busy work day again, but I also did this morning. I took a break to take my daughter to swimming, and I was feeling a little bit blah this morning. I don't know. I think I'm just tired. Coming back from vacation was always a lot for me, and I had a big task list of things I needed to do before I left that now feels like it's even more towering because you can only get so many things done, and a lot of them come with conflict and trying to get things done, but anyhow, I'm getting there. I'm getting a lot of things done. So I decided I would do this thing this morning when my daughter went to swimming. As we were walking and being outside and stuff, I decided to try to just give everybody I saw a really nice, happy, big smile to see if it would make me feel better by osmosis, trying to make their day feel better by being smiled at. And I gotta say, it totally worked. I'm not there to tell anybody else to smile, to do what you want to do, but it worked for me. It works for me often to just try to if I'm feeling a little stressed, as I am today, just try to spread a little bit of unsolicited love that is just that from far away, not forced upon you kind of love. So that's what I did this morning, and it was nice. And I also got to see my daughter do all sorts of cool new things that she's learned to do in class, and she's really becoming a little fish in the pool. She's really got her swimming all sorted out, so that makes me very, very happy. All right, there we go. Just gotta do all my press, make sure all of this is nice and down. I'm using Fabri-Tac on the back of this. I sometimes use Fabri-Tac, I sometimes use art glitter glue. Usually I use a combo of both, where the fabric is underneath the paper, I will Fabri-Tac that, and then where it's just paper, I will use art glitter glue. But today I've decided I just want to use Fabri-Tac on the whole entire thing. Mainly because I'm enjoying just using my Fabri-Tac bottle, not any kind of a skinny nozzle. I'm just using a nice big amount of glue. So that is that. because this is one place in a book that you never want to be stingy on glue. This is like a really important part of the book. You don't want it to ever lift up. So there's that. Okay, then I need to put in my little pocket here. And that's going to go here. I'm using these fun alcohol ink papers because I just love them. I think they're so pretty for the front of here. Okay. Then I need, I want to show you guys something before I continue. I want to show you my cool, what I did yesterday. So I'll start by showing you these sad, there's two of them here, and they're all dry and crumply, but they look pretty cool, right? I was thinking about trying to laminate them, but I don't think I will, but I mean, they're just really cool. These are catalpa leaves, and they were really, really big, and I felt like I wanted to try doing some printing with them. So I had these 2 cotton bags that I mordanted a long time ago, and they've just been waiting for something to do. So look at that. Isn't that a beautiful big leaf print on this bag? The shadowing is from the other leaf. So what I do when I'm eco-printing leafy things, a lot of the time, here's the other bigger one. It doesn't have a shadow because, of course, this one was smaller than this one. So what I do, hold on. When I'm eco-printing leaves, I think I've told you this guy probably a million times if you've been here, but leaves have a sun side and a moon side. So this is the sun side. This is the side of the leaf that would be facing outward to the sun. And then these are the moon side. This is the back side of the leaf, usually where the veins are, the part that's usually laying down, that's the sun's not shining on it. And that's where tannins, natural tannins, deposit themselves on the back of the leaf, meaning that this side will always produce a stronger print than the other side. So I will typically back them back to back or front to front, really. I guess it's kind of like, you know, when you're sewing something, the good sides together or something, and the back side of the leaf, I have it being in direct contact with the fabric I'm printing on because I know I'll get a better print. So this is that, and I'm really happy with these. I didn't introduce any iron to the water or anything like that. I just I put the leaves and the fabric in here. This is mordanted cloth. I'm using Ira Dolman's mordant method. You can find her at iridolman.com, iritdulman.com. She's a brilliant eco-printing like queen of the world, and so I use her method for my mordant. I add my leaves, I roll it all up, and it steams for about an hour and a half-ish, and then this is permanent. So yay for that. So I got that done. But anyways, let's jump back into this book. So yeah, it's exciting. I'm getting close to being done these books. Now I'm going to be letting a couple of people know about these who asked me, hey, you know, can you make more of those? Are you going to make more of those? Because I want one. I'm going to let those folks know first about these. Then I will, as always, share them on my Patreon as an advance. Hey, you know, this is going in the shop. And then they will go in my Etsy shop. So that is the plan for these. On this back side, I'm going to put it in, and then I have one more task to do after this stage with these guys, which is to make my wax seal signature for the back. And I'll do that after, probably. Get my waxes out and play with those. There we go. And I'm sorry if you can hear my son upstairs. He is playing this game that he gets really into, and he does a little bit of screaming. He's in a little bit of a screaming stage. I guess that's 3-year-olds. They just are wild, untamed animals at times. But that's okay. I love how this paper looks. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, I'm just gonna, I do lots and lots of rubbing and making sure everything feels really compressed. And it does, so that's good. Now I need to come back here on my hidden hollow back spine. I want to find a bit of book spininess to put in here. I've got this gap here, right, of my hidden hollow back. And I want to put either book spine or lace or something. I don't think lace though. I want to stay away from lace. I want to use something a little different this time. I've got this eco-printed fabric that might be kind of cool too. Let me see. That's just the back side of this. I would have it stick out a little. But oh, you know what? I think I do want to use book spine. You guys know that I am like a book spine fanatic, so yeah. I think that's what I want to be like my backer in there. Let's just see how that fits. Oh, so perfect. It's actually from this book, so that's probably why it's so perfect. So I'm just going to glue. And this is the whole concept of like the hidden part, right? The hidden hollow back. You kind of want to camouflage things just a little in this section. Now what I will use is my spatula here. I have this little spatula that I use for this kind of gluing. And plunk it in here. And then I want this to kind of pop it a little bit. So I'm just going to go in between and give this a little squeeze, get all that glue down. Here we go. Yep, that's in there. And then I want to also take a bit of my ink, which is here, and just ink. This is probably really hard for you to see what I'm doing, and I apologize. It's kind of a weird thing to share today. I don't normally share this stage of my creation because it's hard to show you on camera because I've really got to get close to my book here to do what I'm doing. And then I'm going to flip my fabric. I always leave a little bit of fabric out the top here to hide my hidden hollow back spine a little more. But I love these little strings from the book spine. Okay, so that's done. Now the neatening and the tidying. So I need my little itty bitty scissors, which are here. And now I'm just going to go in and trim. I've got these little flappies of fabric. I always leave a little extra when I am binding books or when I'm putting books together, because you can always trim, right? But you can never add. And if you want to use a bit of like fabric as like an accent, it's nice to have a little extra bit there, because sometimes I actually use so much excess fabric on the inside of my books that like it's a part of what you see hanging out of the sides of the book. All right, yes, that's what I want. So now you see, this is what we see back here, and then from the side, super cute. Okay. And then I'm just going to put my little clip, which is down here somewhere. Or did I move it? I did. Here it is. I did a little desk reorganization, and it's like, I keep forgetting where I put a couple things. It's because I added some magnets to my overhead like rack thing that I keep up here, because I magnetize certain things like up here that are quick and easy access for me. So then I just need to do the same at the bottom of the book here by trimming the excess fabric away. That's good. And no excess there, which is good. And then I need to add a little glue to the inside. That's what I need. And then I just need to give it a little pinchy pinch. Where is my... Oops. There it is. Okay, good. There we go. done. Bring the book up. We should be done now with the clip. I can probably remove that. Yep, it's all good. So now I need to get some eyelets for the front. I need to find two matching ones that I want to use. I used gold on one of the books, or two of the books, and bronze on another one. Now I'm just looking at what I'm pulling out of here. Do any of you use these little pieces when you're putting your eyelets in? I almost never do. I have a few times, but it never makes a difference to me. I always find like it's just kind of pointless. And I actually really like the way that the eyelet looks when I don't have it there. So you get like a nice little little splits. Like it looks like a little seam in a circle. So let me show you what I mean. Where's my tool? There you are, hiding over here. Desk is a little bit of a calamity today because I'm finishing these 4 books today, I hope. Okay. Where's my pokey tool? A piece of paper out of there. Okay. So like this one is just so neat. I don't need that ring. I really like it without it. Now at the front of this book, I need a couple things. I get my little tray. So I want to put an embellishment on here. And I'm going to use one of these Stamperia stickers with a little paint tube. Then, do I have for in the pocket, I'll put a little sample of painting on Vintage Ledger. And one of these. Oh, I have a Release the Craft in. Yes, okay, that is perfect. So that's what I wanted to put there. Now I need to put in my vintage seam binding. Oh, actually, no, I need to eyelet the back. We haven't done that yet. Let's get this eyelet in here. There we go. Poke this out. Beautiful. So this is what I was talking about, the nice little seam that you get. Then I need a seam binding. Okay, so I think that would be a good length right there. I need 2 of them. I'm gonna have to use a different color for the last book, or maybe just a different, I might have another roll of this vintage seam binding. I've used this brown on all 3 books that I've been completing here so far, but I might have an odd one out, but I think I will have the same color, and I'll try to use the same color because then, you know, all the volumes of these books will look the same, and that will be good. So we do a slip knot through there, 1 knot, and then flip it sort of the other way. 2 knots, and then I like to just give a little trim on an angle. So there's side 1. Okay. My tweezer to grab that. Come on. There we go. Perfect. Now stand this up, take a look at the back again, just kind of do one last check. I do have to go back into the book again anyways, to add my wax seal, but that'll come last. So let's just tie it up for now, and then I need to look at the bottom of the book as well. Okay, just straighten that. Good, good. Yep, okay. So that's that one. Now let's grab the other one. I'll be right back. Okay, so here is the last book. So if I open this one up, I need to pick a paper for the end papers here. I'm gonna go with a pinky or yellowy. Let me see. That would go nicely, I think. That one's probably the top contender. No, too pink. Yep, this is the one. Okay, so we'll get that out of the way. And I think this should be 8 1/4 by 5 1/4, these pages, but let me double check by measuring. Oops, 8 3/4 by 5 1/4. Yep, okay. So let's cut this paper down here. I need to put my glue back away here. Everything is somehow inching forward on me. There we go. Eight 3/4. And 5 1/4. Perfect. Now, set that aside, and I need my glue book here. And my ink. So I can ink the edges of these. So I think I actually don't have anything I have to do tonight, which is nice. I'm probably going to try to get these books done, take a walk, and maybe try to start filming flip-throughs for these books if I get them all photographed and stuff. So many steps, right? In the creation and the release of books. Okay. Just need this one side, and I want to measure this against here to see how big I want this to be. So that will be my pocket. Glue the pocket. Actually, no, wait, I won't glue the pocket on yet. I'll do that after I put the pieces in to the book. So, this book I've already done my spine work on. I already did that, and I don't need to worry about it. But also, look at this fun old, this is an old sink knob. Isn't that great? I love it. So many fun things that I was able to put in to these books. First I'll do my gluing and taping, we're a little extra work here. And this is contractor's masking tape, so it's a permanent masking tape. It's got about 15-minute set time, so you can still play with it a little, but it's not the kind of thing you want to use if you want to lift it up again. All right, now the paper. Which way do I want this to go? Because this will be here. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay. So I'll go ahead and just get this glued. I've been feeling a little bit like, I don't know, because I haven't been making videos as much, I've been feeling a little like, I don't know, like nervous or something to film. I don't know what's going on with my brain, or I feel like whatever I'm doing is not interesting enough, but like I then come to the, the point where I remember that that this channel is my creative outlet and that people will choose to watch the things that they find interesting or not. And, I've come to the realization I'm not always the best judge of that, because sometimes there's things that I think will really be like, they'll take off, and then other things I think won't, and I'll get like an opposite result. So I think that's why you should never hesitate to make the kind of content that you want to make, especially if like you're not using YouTube as, your primary income, which I'm definitely not. Though I do, appreciate that people subscribe and I get a little bit from all of this work that I do. But I tend to feel like it's hard to be a niche YouTuber, a niche creator, meaning like I'm in a kind of a specific little spot in the junk journal world here. It's harder to kind of make a living that way. You can, but there's got to be a real stroke of luck. Where is my eraser? Here it is. Oopsie. That would be my little hole punch. Let's get a couple of the glue blobbies away here. The funny thing with kneaded erasers and picking up glue, I always feel like they make things look worse before they make them look better, because you're dealing with all the little kneaded eraser bits, but they really do work beautifully. And I love them because they don't damage anything. And I get all that glue that might seep out. Okay. Just want that to be very smooth feeling and not sticky at all. Good. And then I got a little down here. Perfecto. Okay. Now that my fingers are all covered in little pieces of kneaded eraser, that's what I'm looking for now. Pockets. I definitely need to take my children outside. It's like we do so much in a day. Like my husband was saying to me, like we took the kids out, like, so my daughter went swimming at her class, and my son took my husband took my son to the splash pad. So he's a little too young to have official swimming classes, but there's a splash pad, so he gets to do his own thing while she's doing her thing, and it's not like an unfair balance. So yeah, after that they were both super tired and they fell asleep in the car. And then this always happens, like we get them home and then, you're interrupting that nap, but like we both had to get home because like I had work to do and he has stuff to do too. And so it's like we couldn't stay in the car with these two sleeping children. So you get a little bit of quiet time. We have to bring them in, and they never like stay asleep when we bring them in the house. It's like a totally impossible task. We've tried to perfect our techniques to like But it's always either that one of them wakes up the other one, or the dogs do something like bark when we come in the door, which they do very randomly. Like, they usually don't bark because they know it's us now. And we don't ring the doorbell unless it's my son, who loves ringing the doorbell, and then the dogs always bark. It's this weird thing about doorbells. Like my little dog, Toasty, who I should have here today. I forgot to bring him down. Whatever it is, I can be standing right beside him and he can see everything. And my son will go and ring the doorbell. And like, he knows exactly where the sound comes from. But he's still like, well, I better bark at this. Like every time. I don't know why. It's like a biological dog thing that they need to bark at that. Oh, it's too funny. But I was happy to see my dogs now that I'm back from vacation, especially my little Toasty. He's my little kind of soul animal. Chihuahuas are just like my people, you know? I don't know. I love Chihuahuas. They're such great dogs. All right, that's smoothie. Now we'll head back to the front of the book and see what I have to put in here and do a little decorating again. So I'm going to use another one of these little Stemperia stickers. And I have another one with a little paint tube on it, which I love those little smushed paint tubes. They're very fun. There you go. Put that there. I like how that looks with the vintage photo. That's nice. Okay. Then I need some things for in my little pocket here. All these little scrappy bits. I'm going to have some things, I think, to put in my my creative sampler after doing this. Digging through the bits and bobs here, trying to get to other stuff. What's this? Something a little taller. That's what I'm looking for. That. Okay. Maybe one more just for the fun of it. All right. Now I need to do the eyelets. Oh, and then I also wanted to go back through the book one more time. Each book I'm going to add little bits and bobs, but maybe I'll do that in the next video or something like that, or I won't. I don't know. Okay, we need 2 eyelets again. Let's see what I get here. What color is that one? That's bronze. So we're going to go bronze and bronze. Bronze is my favorite color of hardware to use anyways. Okay, now let's just take those over there for a minute so we don't poke through them. Then, great there. Good. Right there. Okay. Now we put that there. Straighten those out again. That's good. Now I ran out of that other seam binding, but I have this nice vintage, what's it called? Bias tape, and it's an extra wide bias tape, so it's about the same size as the seam binding, and I like using them both, to be honest, in this for these kinds of straps. And it's the same color, which I wanted, so that they would kind of all go together. So, it's nice and like, it's that nice linen-y feel to it. Okay. So I think I want about that much, yeah. And again. And in half. And my little tweezers. I really loved making the covers of these books. It's my favorite kind of cover, I think, a lot of the time to make are these like collage-y kind of little sculptural covers. They're so much fun. And I need my, where's my little tweezers, please? I need to sort out my frequently used basket. It's got much more in it than it needs. Although I get very surprised at how much I actually do use frequently that I need to have at an arm's length. That's been like my challenge in trying to create like an on-the-go like junk journal kit for myself. I bought a bag when I was on vacation. It's really lovely. It's yellow, and that in itself made me happy, and it's got all these sections to it, and I want to try like to see if I can put together an on-the-go junk journaling kit, because I feel like I should be able to do that. Like my husband was saying, well, why don't you do it like an ephemera making kit, because then you won't have like, you'll have a smaller list of things that you'll need, and like that totally makes sense too. It's probably more practical. All right, that's that. Now let's take our final look inside. Looks good, looks good. All good. Okay. So what's left for these books are 2 stages. One is I want to go through each one, do that whole, nothing is glued into a pocket. Everything has something going on all the pages that I want something going on. And then also I want to glue in little bits and bobs that I have in here that I have left over, little things. So I think that's what I will do next. And I might just film another video of that afterward. I might as well, and I can show you the final stages here, at least the gluing in bits. So I will say bye for now, and I will come back to you with maybe another little video on this. Okay guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Bye for now.